Right now, someone is watching your every move on social media. They see every story you post, every photo you upload, every caption you write. But when you check their profile, nothing, empty, ghost account. And you've probably thought they're weird, antisocial, maybe even creepy. But psychology just revealed something that will blow your mind. Over 90% of social media users are lurkers. They consume everything but share nothing. And what scientists discovered about these silent watchers? They're not the ones who are broken. You are, because while you're performing your life for strangers, they're studying you like a psychology experiment. And they know something about you that you don't even know about yourself. The observer effect. Let me tell you what's really happening. Every time you post a photo, write a caption, or share a story, you're asking a question. Do you approve of me? You might not say it out loud, but your brain is screaming it. Most people use social media as an outlet to express, react, or broadcast, but silent scrollers use it as a mirror. They're watching how you present yourself, what triggers your emotions, how you perform happiness even when you're miserable. They notice the tone of your captions, the subtle change in someone's posting frequency, the patterns in online behavior. While you're busy curating your life, they're decoding your personality. They see when you're faking confidence. They notice when your relationship is falling apart before you even admit it. They can predict your next post before you even think of it. Why? Because you're predictable. You're running on a script, and they're reading every line. Pattern interrupt. Now here's where it gets disturbing. You probably assumed these silent people have low self-esteem, right? They must be insecure, hiding from judgment, too scared to post. Wrong. Research in personality psychology shows that people who are more self-secure and less approval-seeking often feel no need to post about their lives. Their self-esteem isn't tied to likes, comments, or digital validation. Think about that for a second. While you're checking your phone every 5 minutes to see who liked your post, feeling crushed when it doesn't get enough engagement, they're sitting back completely unbothered. Psychologists classify this as autonomous self-esteem. You determine your worth, not likes, not followers, not comments. They don't need validation because they already know who they are. You're still trying to figure it out through other people's reactions. The brutal truth, but here's the part nobody wants to admit. They can sense how easily social media pulls people into performance crafting, ideal versions of themselves instead of showing reality. Every perfect vacation photo, every relationship goals post, every humble brag about your promotion, they see through it all, and it exhausts them. Psychologists describe this as the difference between belonging and attention. Online, people chase attention, likes, followers, views. But real belonging requires vulnerability and reciprocity, which are harder to achieve through screens. So they opt out. Not because they're judging you, well, maybe a little, but because they refuse to turn their life into content for strangers. And here is the kicker. Research from computers and human behavior found that many lurkers on social media experience less stress, less envy, and more control over their emotional state than heavy posters. While you're spiraling into anxiety over whether your photo got enough likes, they're living actual life. The revelation, let me show you something that'll mess with your head. When was the last time you went somewhere beautiful and just experienced it? No photos, no thinking about captions, no worrying about angles. You can't remember, can you? Because your brain doesn't experience moments anymore, it packages them for an audience. When you document everything, you subtly shift from living the moment to performing it. Silent scrollers understand this instinctively. While you're at a concert watching through your phone screen, they're actually there. While you're posing your food for Instagram, they're tasting it. While you're crafting the perfect caption about your relationship, they're actually building one. Psychologically, you're internally validated, meaning your sense of worth doesn't depend on how others respond to you. And once you understand that most people can't say the same, you see social media for what it really is, a performance stage where everyone is pretending to be happy while quietly falling apart. The uncomfortable question. So here's what I want you to ask yourself right now. Why do you post? Is it because it genuinely adds value to your life? Or is it because you need validation? Because you're trying to prove something? Because you're terrified that if you don't document your life, it didn't actually happen? Silent observers on social media often possess a high level of emotional intelligence. This means they have an enhanced ability to understand and manage their own emotions, as well as empathize with the emotions of others. They're not avoiding connection. They're choosing real connection over fake engagement. They text people privately instead of commenting publicly. They're not avoiding connection. They're choosing real connection over fake engagement. They text people privately instead of commenting publicly. They call friends instead of liking their posts. They show up in person instead of through a screen. In psychology, this trait aligns with high self-boundary clarity, the ability to know where your emotional limits are and to protect them before burnout arrives. They're not withdrawing. They're protecting their peace in a world that's constantly trying to steal it. So if you're someone who never posts, or you know someone like this, understand this. In an era where oversharing is normalized, choosing privacy is a silent form of strength. You're not missing out. You're not antisocial. You're not broken. You've just figured out what the rest of us are still learning the hard way. That the most meaningful lives are the ones that don't need an audience. Your worth isn't measured in likes. Your experiences aren't less real because they're undocumented. And sometimes, the people watching silently understand life more deeply than the ones performing it. The question is, are you living your life, or are you just performing it? Because the silent watchers already know the answer. And trust me, they're not impressed by your highlight reel. They're waiting for you to wake up and realize what they already know. Real life happens when you put the phone down.